Hi there, welcome to my channel. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, as all the content on this channel is focused on your well-being. And for those of you who have already subscribed, I appreciate your support. Please check out my website, and we'll love it if you sign up to my newsletter to receive regular updates. Also, check out the resources page on my website where I update any resources that I believe will help you. You can also connect with me on Insta and Facebook. I will leave all the links in the video description below. I appreciate all your support and hope you like this video. Without further delay, let's get to it. Also, I have included a free copy of my step-by-step guide on how to attract the things that you want in your life in the video description below. In this guide, I take you through the whole process step by step with detailed actions you need to take. Make sure you get a copy and start attracting the things you want in your life today. To get your copy, click on the link in the video description below. Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful summer day in Melbourne. And I've had a few incidences lately that's brought me to doing this next video. So the next topic is, you do not need to see to believe. Seeing is believing is the notion for the physical world that exists around us. This is a way most people believe. But I don't think this statement is entirely true. There are several things that we see and believe to be true, but they end up not being so. On the other hand, there are so many things that exist around us that we can't see, but their existence cannot be denied. These are things like gravity, wind, and emotions. And on the spiritual side, things like spirits, afterlife, God, or source energy as some call it, however you would like to describe that. And in energetic and magnetic fields around us also. All these are not visible, but they do exist. So I prefer to use the saying, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Let's put it that way. In today's video, I would like to dive deeper on that topic, that you do not need to see in order to believe. So in my line of work as an energy healer, I often come across skepticism and doubt, as most people are not aware of the type of work that I do, and they don't understand the existence of spirits, attachments, and energetic blocks in the body, just to name a few. I don't blame them at all, as most of us are caught up in the physical world and we just don't have the time to understand the invisible world around us. Most people can't see this side, so they do not believe it. They don't realize the impact these energies can have on our lives. And just because we can't see them doesn't mean they don't exist. Think of the wind, for example. Although you can't see the wind, but you can observe its effects when it blows, like the way the leaves moves, or the way your hair blows in the direction of the wind. All you need to do is you blow against your skin. You can't see it, but you can feel it. So this is the way I encourage people to think, that just because you can't see something, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So why do so many people say seeing is believing? Mostly because we inherited the notion for us to believe in something, we should be able to prove that it exists. But proving something not visible is harder to prove and often falls in the gray area where people are just unsure whether they should believe in it or not. It's been drilled into our cultural psyche day in and day out for several centuries. The only problem is that it's not true. In today's world, more than ever, seeing should not be the only requirement for believing. Today's world is full of fake news, retouched images, special effects, media often influenced by special interest groups and influential people as well. We must learn to look for reasons to shape our thoughts and beliefs, not just our senses. Eyes can get tricked often. Magicians can trick your eyes, but it doesn't mean the magic is real. The same way as a mirage can trick our senses into thinking there's water, and this will be at a distance, but actually it isn't there. The point I'm trying to make is one ought to not restrict their thinking to what they can see. It is important to let your experience guide you. Many people don't explore their spiritual journey because they just don't understand the power it can offer them. This happens often because they can't see or prove to themselves if something actually exists or not. Then they draw a conclusion that who knows? Who knows if this is true or not? And they go back to focusing on the physical world around them. So why am I carrying on about this? It's because if you don't connect with yourself and explore the spiritual aspect of your own being, you will live an incomplete and unfulfilling life. Now, this is not just me saying this. This is something that has been proven time and time again. Just having money and success never makes anyone happy. Well, not fully anyway. But if you are in an awakened state, then you live a more happier and a more fulfilling life, even if you have less. For me, it's not about believing, it's about knowing. There's something inside you that just tells you it's there, it exists. You know, there are things that we come across that don't have a physical form. For example, sound. But it can significantly affect us in the physical world with its vibrations. If turned loud enough, sound waves can shatter glass windows of a bedroom or any room. Similarly, gravity is not visible, but it affects our physical world and causes all things to come back to ground. Another important invisible thing that significantly affects our physical world is our thoughts. I talk about it all the time. Our thoughts significantly impact our lives. If you truly know how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think a negative thought again. The effect our vibrations and emotions have on us, which can impact our everyday, day-to-day life. Let's look at some other examples in the spiritual realm. Psychic mediums. So psychic mediums receive and pass messages that they hear from our loved ones that have passed on. Although impossible to prove scientifically, some of the messages are so specific that it blows some people away. There is no way to explain this to people who do not believe, but it actually does exist. Let's look at another example. Karma, for instance. Whether you call it karma or just what goes around comes around, there is that common belief that how you behave today will affect what happens to you down the road. Although there is no proof, or other than some anecdotal evidence, it is the belief system that makes people do the right thing. Energy healing is another example. The energy blocks that I can locate in people's bodies and the negative energies I can see around people's auras cannot be seen with the naked eye. Most people can't see it, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. But yet they do exist. Like all the other examples I have gone through. Not being able to see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means it's just not visible. I want you all to see past what the eyes can see. Experience things that you may not be able to see or explain. There is a magic all around you. The key is, instead of looking for it, feel it, believe it, because it is there and it does exist. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe and stay blessed.